Hi everyone and welcome to Toy Talk. Today I'm going to talk about a line of figures that was released in the 90s starting in 1992, and that was the Star Trek figures from Playmates. Now I am a big fan of those figures. I'm actually not a huge Star Trek fan. I like it, but I'm certainly not Trekkie or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But today I want to show you some of the figures that I have. I have a lot of them, but these are going to be some of the loose figures I have. And a lot of them I believe are from the first set. So looking this up, it looks like it started in 1992 with, figures from this is 1992 Star Trek The Next Generation. They're 4.5 figures and, 4.5 inch figures. So what I've got is I've got them in these cases that I really like, and then I've got some, of course, in the pack too, but those are in storage. So let me show you some of these. Now this is actually the one with the villain, so I'm going to come back to that one. Let me show you the one with the crew first. Same container or case, holds 12 figures as it says. By the way, here's a picture of the cast at the time. That's the main cast. I mean, there's some others that aren't included in that. So first of all, here is Captain Picard, and hopefully you can see him pretty well. One of the things I like about these figures is they did a really good likeness of the figures, I thought. In general. I mean, some are better than others, obviously. And, I don't have the little accessories here like the tricorders and the personal access terminal, etc. I have those other places, but not in this case because they're going to get lost. So here's Captain Picard, and yes, they do have his hair the way it actually looked. That's him. And then you have Lieutenant Commander Riker. So let me try putting him on the white background and then you can see him better. And you see where he has a holster right here attached, so that can hold the phaser, things like that. Tricorder with holster. So phaser he'd probably just hold in his hands. And they have hands that can hold things, as you can see here. That's why they have the hands the way they do. So that's Jonathan Riker. Okay. And then we have Lieutenant Worf. Of course, he's got his, I forget what that's called, but, all the things that he has on his uniform normally. And his head is the way it normally was. Now, by the way, I always thought this had some great makeup effects, or special effects for the makeup or the prosthetics, the whole look of this character. And of course he also has the holster for the tricorder, and he comes with let me see, I'm just trying to see what he came with. Type 2 phaser, tricorder, field kit, directional UV source. So that's him. And again, I think this is a really good likeness. Now, one thing I would have liked is if this one was a little taller. So if you look at this compared to the Riker, the Picard, it is taller. But I thought maybe he should be a little taller than that. You put him next to this one, they're similar in height. So I thought he should have been a little taller. Now, Lieutenant Commander Data. And earlier I said Lieutenant Commander for Riker. It was just Commander William Riker. And Jonathan, I'm thinking of, was his real name, Jonathan Frakes. Okay, so here's Lieutenant Commander Data. Very pale, as he was supposed to be. Again, I think they did a good job on the face. Looks a lot like him. And he had, let's see, diagnostic testing unit, tricorder with holster. Again, he has this holster on his body. They're attached, so they're not going to get lost. And he has, the correct color of the uniform. So they had either the maroon color, or this, oh gosh, I don't even know what to call that, yellowish green tan. It's like three colors combined. Okay, and then Geordie LaForge, or Lieutenant Commander Geordie LaForge. So it says here, by the way, the first release of this figure came with a removable visor. This one is certainly not removable. This was considered a choking hazard, and so it was replaced with this integrated visor that you see here. The removable visor is now extremely rare, so I'm sure it's worth a lot more. I don't know if I've seen that one. I would like to. So yeah, this is Geordie. LeVar Burton played him, of course. And then we come to Lieutenant Commander Deanna Troi. So the blister pack refers to Troi by her Starfleet rank rather than her position of counselor. So it says Lieutenant Commander, and that's why. So here's one of her. Now, there was a different one of her where she was in the, I believe it's a lavender. Let me see what the front of this looks like. Yeah, this lavender outfit right here. And I have one, but let me see if it's in here. Let me see. No, it's not in here. But I do have that. I'm just not sure where it is right now. I think I left that one on the package, or in the package. But anyway, here's Deanna Troi. Now, let's see what she came with. Personal access terminal, tricorder, portable computer gear. Okay, so, and, compared to some of the other scenes I see, she's as tall as Picard, or taller, so, yeah, it seems a little odd, but okay. And then we have, well, the next one I'm going to show you is Dr. Beverly Crusher. And it doesn't seem that she was in this original release, but let's see if she was in the next one, maybe. I don't see her yet. Well, she was in one of the next ones, so I'm not necessarily going in order. I was just trying to see if she was in that one. So she wasn't in that original one, I guess, according to this site that I'm looking at. And I don't have the packages with me right now to check. But anyway, she had a lot of stuff because as a medical doctor, she would need some of those things. Okay, so that's everyone in this first set. Now let me show you some others that definitely came in other sets. So first of all, I believe this one is supposed to be Will Wheaton's character, which was Wesley. Let me see. Oh yeah, here's 1993 releases included Dr. Beverly Crusher, Guinan, Cadet Wesley Crusher. So I'm pretty sure this is Wesley. It would make sense. Now this I don't think is a very good likeness of him, to be honest. I just really don't. Okay. And also I want to say that some of the ones I showed before they're representing that character. They may not be that exact one because it just depends which one I took out. Like some of them are in their Starfleet dress uniform versus, and that might be why there's a difference in color, because I think the maroon ones were more of the dressy ones maybe. But let me see what it looks like in the pictures. Yeah, so when you've got Data and Worf in that color, that's what they were in the first one. Riker, Geordie, but then you've got Geordie in the purple ones, or whatever color, maroon. So that I think is the dressier one. Okay, well let's move on. We've got Lieutenant Thomas Barclay. He was much later in the series, I believe. So I'm not sure. Let's see if he's in this. Let's see. The second series included Lore, Locutus of Borg, Klingon, another Geordie LaForge, that one in the dress uniform, Ambassador Spock, Admiral Leonard McCoy, Captain Montgomery Scott, Commander Sella, Murdoch the Benzite, etc., etc. It just went on and on. There was a ton of these figures, and I'm not going to show you all of them, but anyway, there's this guy. And then, here's Deanna's mother, Loaxana Troi. And, one of the odd things about her is, with this big dress, they had to it's just kind of hollow feeling. and her legs or feet are just kind of sticking out the bottom, and then there's nothing there. So it's just kind of strange how they did that. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty good one. And then we have the Guinan figure. Now there's two that I have, so I'm going to show you both. And I do have one of these in here to show you. I think this is the phaser. Yeah. I'm not the biggest Star Trek person in the world, and it's been a while since I've looked at these. But anyway, here's one of those. And back to the Guinan. So we got two different Guinans here. I had room for two, so I put them both in. And I'm not sure which one was first. Let me see if I can tell by the picture. Looks like maybe this one was first in this series, and then later probably the one in the purple. Let me see if she was in the next series. Yeah, that's when they went into Deep Space Nine. So, you know, they did figures for Deep Space Nine, and they did figures for Voyager, some of those Generations when that came out. So, a lot of I thought they were great figures. Now, in looking this up, Playmates did this from 92 to 99, and they made a ton of figures. And, you know, hopefully nobody was looking to retire or get rich on these, because they're not really worth a lot at this point. They're worth about what they were. I mean, back then I paid $5 a figure. These are great figures, I think, for $5. And now, of course, you pay a lot more. Let me show you some of the villains. Maybe not just going to show all these, but let me show you some of these. And I don't know the names of all of them, so I'm not even going to try. But here's a Ferengi. I know that. Or Ferengi. See, I mean, I think these are excellent. You know, they did such a good job on these. And I didn't watch a lot of some of the series beyond Next Generation. I watched a little here and there, so again, not the most knowledgeable, and I'm not claiming to be. But I just want to show you these cool figures. I do like them a lot. So here, I believe this might be that Locutus figure, if I remember correctly. Borg. Here's another Romulan. I believe that's the Romulan. Like Worf. Gowron. Oh yeah, or the Klingon. Now I get them confused. Sorry. I know that's a, offense punishable by whipping. Okay, so the Borg figure was what I showed you. This is the Vorgon, it says. Vorgon figure. Okay. The Deanna Troi second season uniform is the red one. And that's the one I showed you. And Riker's second season uniform. Okay, let me show you this one. I like this female figure. And then, oh my gosh, I gotta show you this one. This is like, dun da da da, the biggest villain of them all, Q. Now that I know for sure. Let's see here while you guys are looking at that. So Quark was this one. This is Quark. I couldn't think of his name, but he's from Deep Space Nine. And then let me see if I see some of the others. Yeah, that one's not in here. Here's the back of Q, by the way. I love that outfit. It was like a judge's, looked like kind of a judge. They had a lot of great play sets, of which I have several. The Bridge play set was one of my favorites. And the original Star Trek figure, the figures and play set, that was really cool. Of course, they had things like Data as a Romulan. I don't know that I have that one, maybe somewhere. Let me see if these pictures get bigger. Here's this one I wanted to show you, which is Data as well, I believe. Yeah, they probably do, but they're just taking forever, so we're not going to worry about that. They did a Lieutenant Commander Troi figure in green. Let's see. And there's so many cool figures in this set. I like this one. This was Lieutenant Tasha Yar when she was the other character. Let me see if I can find which one she was. Did some of the classic set. Let's see. Here's the other Guinan figure in the purple. Lursa was, I don't think I have that one, at least not out of the package. Let me see here. Okay, then they got into some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one. I have no idea why they did that. Let me see. Oh, I did want to show you this one as well. Another Klingon. Okay. And this one. Okay. Well, I hope you've enjoyed seeing some of these old cool figures. There's just so many nice ones. And these are just some. I mean, they did hundreds, it seems like. But yeah, Star Trek, I think, was very well represented by Playmates over the years. And there may be some people who feel differently, and that's okay. But overall, I really like these, and I just wanted to share them with you today as part of my vintage toy collection. Thanks for watching. Bye.